trades we had yesterday, just to confirm if there's any changes that we need to make abruptly, just in case there's any. So we'll start from our main chart. We'll start from USD JPY first of all, then we'll move to GBP USD, then Euro USD before we proceed to the next one. So yesterday we had a buy on this one. There's a good buy, but then somehow the price pulled back to the lower side, and then it's still somehow heading to the lower side. So this does not defeat the fact that we're supposed to be heading upwards. We are still in a buy, and in my opinion, if you bought it, you're supposed to remain you're supposed to remain upward with it. Just ensure you have your pending buy limit, and then have your stop loss there, and then have your take profit at the top somewhere here. So we've seen cases where the price actually attempts to go lower after we bought it, but then it does not end up hitting the stop loss. So even in this case, if you bought it already, just remain in that trade. But if you're not in it at the moment, then you can still wait, see what happens. But what we expect is for price not to close below this level. So you can still look for a trade despite this pin bar. You can still look for a trade, but wait for price to go maybe somewhere around the tip where the stop loss should be. So if you are to buy it here, have your stop loss slightly below. So this buy is supported by the indicators. I'll add an indicator, average directional movement index. As you can see, it's not showing us a very clear trend though. This one, there is no clear trend here. The complete line which is supposed to show active trend is actually below 25, but the green one is above the red one, which means there's possibility that we are heading to the upper side. So at the moment on this pair, we expect price to be moving up despite whatever is happening. What you can do alternatively, you may want to wait for price to continue up, then it's supposed to retrace back to the same point, then you're supposed to pick a buy from that. Ensure that you wait for price to clearly close beyond this level, then it should retrace back to the same place like this, so that you can pick up. Like as I was saying, on this chart I'm seeing a potential buy irrespective of this pin bar, the one we saw last week, this one, irrespective of this candle here which indicates a possible sell. Somehow the price is bent to continue to the upper side. So what you can wait for, if you're a bit scared to buy it, you can wait for price to ascend above, retrace back to the same point, then you pick a buy from that point, expecting that buy to push price up to the top. So we'll move forward. We'll move to the next step, which is Euro USD. Euro USD is a sell. It's still a sell in my opinion. So the main reason I'm saying this is a sell is because of this. We have a support which price successfully went below. There's a level here. This is a very good level. It was a support sometimes in the past, a support. Then there was struggling around the same place, and it took one big candle to close above it. Then just last week, it took a similar big candle to close below. So this is a sell. This is a sell. It's a sell, but the correct place to sell from is not where the price is now. It's not where the price is now. Wait for price to go up to somewhere around 1.1209. Then pick a sell from that point, expecting that sell to push price up to 1.0507. 1.0507. So we'll wait for a sell, then our take profit, and then the stop loss needs to be below, above this level. Sorry, needs to be above 1.1341. It may look big since this is a weekly chart, but look at the risk and the profit you expect to get from it. So we move on to GBP USD. GBP USD actually is a sell. It's a sell, just that the price is not where it's supposed to sell from. GBP USD, we have it here. So I want to look at this chart like in a manner that I'm taking into account what's happening from the monthly time frame. we have this one, we have a level here, and if you confirm properly, you can just look at how this level has been holding for some time now. We've seen price attempt to go below it, but it's in vain. Like anytime the price attempts to go below it, it's being held up. Then it tries the same thing, it continues up. It tried some point here, it continued up, and it only took this one big candle to break below. So after this breakout, whoever is trading long-term trader should expect price to get back to the same place so that they can pick a sell, which indeed that happened. The price pulled back to the same place, went down, and as it is at the moment, the correct place to sell from still is the same place where this person sold from. The guy who sold here is correct, and you who is waiting to sell here, you're still correct. So the best you should be doing now is to wait for price somewhere around that point. This is the correct place to sell from. It's the correct ideal place to sell from, especially if you're doing monthly trades. So this level has been holding. If your chart has data, you will notice that this level was used as support even in the year 1993. The price failed to break below it. It remained. It came back to 2001. Then it went up, and then in 2008 it went up. It came back again to the same place so that you can sell it at the least risk possible. The guy who sold here should expect price to be going up to this level. So the one who sold price here actually should be expecting price to be getting up to this level, and if you didn't sell it, you're supposed to wait for price to get back to the same place so that you can sell it from the monthly point of view. So this trade is really good for long-term traders. If you're a daily trader, this may not be good for you, but if you're a monthly or yearly trader, then this is going to be the best trade for you. A very good trade that anyone needs to look at. So we will move on. We'll move to the next chart. I want to look at it maybe from daily. Let's see. From the daily, this is what we have. We actually have a level here where if you're a daily trader, you need to wait for price from. This is where you're supposed to wait for price from. This is the level. A support, a support, a support, a support. Those are clear descent below it. And now we want price to get back to the same place. Let price try pulling back up to the same place. Let it come back to the same place. Then we'll be able to pick a sell, expecting that sell to push price up to the next key level, which in this case is this one. This is the next key place. So on this pair, actually we are in a sell. With the sell is valid. We want price to retrace back up to the same place. Then we'll pick a sell with position, expecting that sell to be pushing price up to the next level. So we move on to our next chart, which is SP500. This is SP500. So on this one, I don't have anything that I need to say now. The only thing I'm going to say is that we actually went above a weekly resistance and we expect price to be proceeding upward. So on this one also, you can remember we actually started buying it while price was here. We bought it there. We've been buying it all through, and our take profit, which was somewhere here, has just been hit by the yesterday's candle. So we move on to the next chart, which is Brent oil. Brent oil is so far a sell. So we have a support, price went below it. It came back to the same place, and then the previous week's candle was actually a pin bar. So this is a sign that you're supposed to sell. But the correct place to sell from actually is when price gets back to the around the opening of the previous week's candle. So you sell it there, have your stop loss above, and then have your first take profit there, and then the next take profit should be here. So we move on. We move to our next chart, the last one, which is gold. And on gold, I believe there was a sell, just that the price is proceeding upwards, but there's a sell. So we had a level here some few days ago where we actually took a sell from. We sold it there. You can still sell it now. You should sell it actually. Look for a sell. We sell there, and then we want to have our stop loss above that level, and then the take profit has to be somewhere below. So don't look at the risk aspect of it. Look at how much you expect to get when price gets your level. That's the most important thing. Look at how much you expect to get when price should go your way. So if you start calculating that you're going to raise this amount of money, it may look big for you for now, but actually it's a very small amount of money relative to where you expect price to go up to. So I'm actually risking below 1,700 USD to get around 4,700, which means I expect a solid profit of 4,000 USD from this. So thank you very much. That should bring us to the end of today's market overview. See you again tomorrow at the same time.